Hey everybody, how are you doing? We're back with the end, hopefully, of Let's Play EquestriaBound! Woo!
Woohoo!
Woo! Woo! Alright, where do I go? Just talk to you? If I had a piece of meteorite, I'd be able to do blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah, I'll go and get the meteorite from Ponyville. So, spell?
Yep.
Flitter fly. Fly to Ponyville North.
And don't forget that Dinky also has teleport beta now.
Right. But I don't care as much about Scootaloo running out of magic. Alright, back home. Nice and safe. What button did I link? Nope, that is not it. No. Where the hell did I put the stupid save state? Oh, well, fuck it, I'll just...
I believe by default it should be F2.
Alright. Let me try real quick. Yeah, okay, F2. Okay, well, I know where that meteorite is. That's here. Yeah, the town seems somewhat darker and more ominous than usual.
Well, probably because it's dark and ominous right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, whatever. Hey, you're not a snake or a dog. The hell? Alright, well, you know what I say to people who bust in my town doors.
You can't kill the metal. The metal will live on.
That is, basically it, yeah. Broad strokes wise, yeah. Alright, and I'm gonna hit you with cold. Wait, no, I don't want to hit you with cold. I want to hit you with fire!
Wait, broad strokes? I thought it was blurred lines.
We're done with that joke. Alright,
For
random!
people who don't know what we're talking about, listen to Duhad's podcast.
Yeah, listen to the end is nay, I think is what it's called. Alright, fuck you! Fuck you! Really? Oh, for God's sake, I hate how long these goddamn animations take! Fuck this game.
You make me sad.
I do make you sad. This game makes me sad. No, it makes me angry. Fucking JRPGs. Alright, there. Time me one at a time, you little bastards. Okay, so they're all super powered and do insta-kill attacks. That's fucking great. Smash! Freeze! Dead. Do. There we go. Fence up, speed went up, do. Power of fire omega.
Yeah.
Awesome, alright. Save again.
Now you can burn everything even better.
Yeah. I already killed Trixie, Sean. Sean's saying, like, I need to find Trixie for the ultimate spell, but I already killed Trixie dead.
Yeah. Don't forget that you can go to your house for free healing.
Okay, well, in that case, time to superpower. If I'm going straight back to my old house anyway, there's absolutely no reason not to just nuke these guys. Blams. Pixelation! Totally scrapped. And level 58. Wonderful.
You're now full of levels.
I have all the levels.
Well, not all of them yet.
Yeah. Hey, the house is looking kind of ominous. Hey, so zone. Oh, Dinky, you finally showed up. There are crazy monsters overrunning the town. Every pony is barricaded in their homes. These aren't normal everyday monsters like parasprites, though. I've never seen anything like it here. What, food? How can you be thinking of eating at a time like this? Fine, I'll fix some bacon. Are you relaxed now? Good, because I think it's, this is, the part where you save us.
Oh, and you can also call your dad to save here.
Yeah, I know.
That way, if you die, you'll just respawn here.
Yep. Dinky, I have brought you food. Good girl. Go and do shit now. Alright. Yep, I'm a hard worker just like my mom. Just like my mom saving the world. Every day. Oh, fuck you.
Well, and then you can re-enter the house and re-exit if there's too many enemies to force it to respawn.
Right. Alright. Round 2. No,
Only
there's
2 enemies is better.
No, there's technically
And 3.
4. But apparently only 2 of them actually triggered. Metal! Bash, bash, bash. Dr. Roctopus, you're going down. Okay, or you're not.
And brain shock.
Didn't work, didn't work, didn't work. Felt a little strange. Scootaloo attacked. Sweet. God damn you, Scootaloo, you motherfucker! Didn't work, didn't work, didn't work.
There are a couple things that Confusion can't retarget. I know Defend is one of them. It can't retarget Prey, because Prey's targeting is built in.
Scootaloo punched herself in the face. Well, you know what?
To
You had it
return to
coming.
normal.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she slapped herself in the face in order to, get a hold of herself. Makes sense. Magic, use. You don't actually need to heal, but Sweetie Belle needs healing. Magic. Scootaloo also needs healing. Ah, fuck you all. Oh, you sad little bastard. I'm so fucking sorry for you. Be set on fire. Didn't I already kill Sombra?
Yeah.
So why is it that his slaves are still fighting for the forces of evil? Oh, motherfucker. What was that? What even was that?
Those are, which, as a note, in the next version, all the enemies that use Rain Boom other than Rainbow Dash are going to be switched to your favorite thing.
Oh. So,
Because them using Rain Boom doesn't make sense.
fair enough.
That part is more... I left the original unchanged because the enemy they replaced used Starstorm.
Which makes...
I think when I was designing it, I didn't think to change it because in Mother 3, the ability that replaced that, PK Love, is so exclusive that your main character and the Masked Man are the only characters that can use it, and that's a major story element. I got that confused, and Cyrocken is a different, canonically different spell.
Right.
Or different psychic ability.
Okay, so fire doesn't work on these guys, so guess what you get? The answer was
Ice?
try something a little bit harder. Blam.
Uranium?
I don't know, what is the hardness rating of uranium?
I'm not sure how hard it is. I know it's denser.
Yeah, I mean uranium's super dense. I don't know if it's actually hard though.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you rain-booming bastards.
Fine. Neutron stars. I'm pretty sure they're both really dense and really hard.
True. Okay, level up, level up, level up, 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 level up, level up, level up, up, up. Okay.
And I've been told to do Mother 3 for My Little Pony. I have got with some ideas. The big thing is Mother 3's complicated and not fully understood. And yeah, Game Boy Advance hacking is different and hard.
So, hold on, which one is Mother 3?
Mother 3 is just called Mother 3. It didn't have an official US release.
Okay.
But a group of fans, which the main one was Tomato, who did like the retranslation of Earthbound Zero, the original Mother, and created like the original hacking tools for Earthbound. Is a professional translator who's worked on like the Funimation translation of One Piece, and I think he did some work on Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it was just technical documents. He's the guy who did the translation of the fan translation of Mother 3.
Fair enough. Do some practice with Fire
dude,
Emblem.
Fire Emblem Pony? That I could consider because there actually is a good tools and community for the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games.
Well, I love tactical games. If you ever did that, fuck you! Fuck you so fucking hard, you motherfucker!
Well, if you kill her quickly...
Fuck yourself.
Like that.
I hate everything.
No, the line is I love everything, and then you hold out the thing as the music continues to play.
No, I hate everything.
You're just anti-Fluttershy today, aren't you?
I am the most anti-Fluttershy right now. I hate everything. It sucks. And it all sucks. I hate you all. Go to hell. Alright, let's hear. Omega Metal, because just fuck you. Sing. Bash. Bash.
Yeah. Sean is suggesting that the best mages in the game should be Colgate and Trixie.
Why would that be
But,
a
I
thing?
don't know.
That makes no sense. Trixie's a terrible mage, and Colgate has, like, there's no real, even, like, fan cam thing to say that she'd be a good mage. Like, seriously, the whole point of Trixie is, like, I keep on trying to point out to people, is that she's, god damn it.
She's a show magician.
Yeah, even if you like her, like, I obviously don't like her, but, like, even if you like her and stuff, she should never be considered as, like, the Twilight equal, you know, mage character. Because her whole point is supposed to be that she is all show and no, you know, power. You can argue that she's an interesting character because of that, but you can't argue that, like, she's the ultra magician on par with Twilight, because the whole point is that she isn't. Like, that's her whole character.
Yeah, and there are ways to do interesting things, you know, with a character not actually having any magic and just having stage stuff. I mean, she is named after the great and powerful Oz.
Yeah.
Who is exactly that kind of person and saves the day.
Yes. So, you know, again, interesting stuff there. It's just like, why would you, you know, do that? Something lightning is pretty powerful, except for the fact that, like, her lightning did shit.
Yeah, her lightning did
exactly
shit, and then
nothing.
consider Rarity filled the entire sky with that.
Yeah. So
in a pattern.
Rarity isn't even really considered to be that much strong, like that much of like a super magician either. Like, she just does that and it's like, oh yeah, it ain't no thing. You know, and the
now
thing,
I'm thinking, my first thought there was, assuming, was it Fire Sword, Fire Emblem, was it Burning Sword, first Game Boy Advance one? That the bard could be Lyra.
That's kind of funny. Another thing about lightning, though, is the thing that I should point out about lightning is that we can make lightning on our own. Like, lightning is not that hard to make.
Tesla.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, we literally have a giant Tesla coil where I work, and I have to make sure that they don't forget to unplug my networking equipment before they turn it on, or it will fry them permanently.
Yeah, that's the thing. Lightning is actually super easy. Like, making lightning strong enough to actually do something, a bit harder. Making just an arc of electricity that is visible to the human eye, pretty easy.
Nils. Nils could be replaced by Lyra.
Blams! Yeah, now, if you want to make Trixie kind of like have like stealth magic or like the ability to do weird, like kind of like weird tactical things, that makes sense. Just making her like a magic cannon, though, like a raw magical, like a force of raw magical power, that makes less sense. And that's kind of the thing. Like, this is why I always say I love show Trixie, I hate fan Trixie, and it's because she is a potentially incredibly interesting character. But for some reason, people keep on insisting on trying to make her into, like, this super like, this, you know, Ubermensch. Where it's like, okay, is seriously the only way you can conceive of making a character interesting to make them more powerful or, like, more beloved or something? Like, come on, guys. The level at which a character is interesting is not the same thing as their power level. DBZ is not full of interesting... Okay, no. I'm not going to even pretend to argue that it's a particularly interesting or good show, because it's not in many ways.
Better example would be, what was that last fanfic we read? with
crap.
no interesting characters, but giving everyone a ton of superpowers for no reason.
We're going to dinner at 6:30.
I can't remember what that one was.
You really won't find a lot of popular professional things demonstrating why that's bad, because if it does that, it will most likely not be professional, and it very likely won't be popular.
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted by something off camera for a second, but what I was gonna say was DBZ. Like, the thing is, DBZ is is probably one of the best examples of a popular thing that has superpowers, and DC is another example. But the thing is, the thing that is worth remembering about DBZ and that is that the most powerful characters tend not to be the most popular. Like, Superman is iconic as a character who is super popular, is super powerful, and the thing is, most people who just know Supes for being powerful hate him. They think he's the dumbest, most boring character. The people who really like Superman, like, the defense for him is always, but he's not really that powerful. The thing is, it's not about his power.
If you listen to it's not about his power, not that he's not powerful.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, he's not as powerful as people think he is, and he's, he's written with varying levels of power depending on the writer. But the thing is, he's most interesting when not because he's, super powerful, but because he's got other things that make him interesting.
Yeah. Or to point out, there are points where he has lost his powers, like during 52. His character did not become less interesting when that happened. If anything, he became more interesting on the fact that all the stuff he would be willing to do as Superman, he was still willing to do, and like just being a reporter in order to meet one new superhero in town, literally just leapt out of like a 12th story window when he thought he saw the superhero to get them to catch him so that he could interview them.
And the thing is, like, I think a great example of this is the fact that, like, one of the most classic Superman stories of all time, two of them actually are the ones where Superman is either dying or completely losing his power, and they're about Superman as a character when removed from the super part of the Superman name. And that's cool. That's what makes heroes interesting, is not how powerful they are, but what they have in there. And we're not calling out anyone in particular in the chat who brought this up in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, because this is starting to sound like we're going like, oh, you're a dummy, you're a big dummy because we're type of thing. Like, no, you're totally, like, you bringing it up is totally fine. We're just saying, like, like, this is a jumping off point for a conversation about powers and characters, because it's an interesting conversation.
Or looking at it also because it's so powerful actually means that they very rarely try to make like the villains in fights just about a raw slugfest, and a lot of it, the conflict is emotional or philosophical in some way. You have stuff like what's so funny about truth, justice, and the American way, where people are beginning to prefer this team of superheroes that kill their enemies and are completely ruthless.
Yeah, and
he basically wins by showing them exactly what that could be like, making it look like he's using that same sort of style against them when he fights them, and then reveals that, actually he didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what makes him such a great character. Yeah, and as Sean says, like, plus he loves strategy characters. And the reason you love strategy characters is strategy characters are interesting. You love characters who are interesting because of their limitations. Actually, the best thing is, it's the Mary Sue thing. Almost, like, a large part of why people hate Mary Sues is because they are flawless characters. They are characters without interesting flaws, and without interesting flaws, they generally end up as not very interesting characters. The more powerful and the less problematic you make your character, the less interesting they become. Trixie in show, as I'll bring kind of like loop it back around to the original point, is interesting because she's an incredibly flawed character. But she becomes uninteresting, to me at least, when she's, treated as being some sort of super perfect Ubermensch who everyone is wrong for disliking. Because then she goes from being an interestingly flawed character to just being a Mary Sue, who everyone loves, and everyone who doesn't love is a big, dumb, stupid head. And that's why I hate Fan Trixie so much, is because so many people turn her into this weird Dark Horse Mary Sue who's just... no one understands, man. And it gets annoying because it's just like, okay, you're making me hate a character that I could find lots of good reasons to really like.
Just want to bring up upcoming game I'm been doing some work on a My Little Pony version of Angband. There's different schools of magic you can choose as opposed to just you're a mage, here's your magic. And one of those is entirely tactics. It's all these spells which do no or little damage on their own, but are about manipulating the terrain or the battlefield in some way to give you an advantage, which you then either pair with another school of magic or with physical ability.
Yeah, hold on. Sean's saying something about Batman. I want you to read that to me because I'm kind of distracted at the moment.
Where's it? Batman? I mean, strategy characters, not Batman has everything in his freaking tool belt.
Yeah, no, Batman's a great example of a
Shark
character who, in theory, should be
Pass
like...
me the shark repellent bat spray.
Okay, I forgive that because that's obviously a joke.
Silly.
God fucking
Yeah.
damn it. But that's sort of the thing. Like, Batman's a great example of a character who is, in theory, insanely interesting and is often written in incredibly great ways, which, yeah, has made him a very, very, very popular character, but who is so easy to just turn into the biggest Mary Sue in the DC universe.
Mark Miller.
Yeah, Mark Miller. And sometimes Frank Miller. Like, Frank Miller has written some
Frank
of the...
Miller, sorry. Frank Miller is who I was referring to. I don't know who Mark Miller is. If you are Mark Miller, I apologize to you.
Mark Miller's interesting. I don't like him personally, but there's a reason why a lot of people like him. I don't know if he's
I don't
actually
know who...
Yeah, I don't know if he's related
who
to
he
Frank.
is. I just got Frank Miller's first name wrong.
Oh, that's fine. No, he is actually a legitimate comic writer and a very interesting one, but that is a discussion for another time. Anyway, point is, yeah, Frank Miller has written an amazing Batman story and then a whole bunch of really shitty Batman stories.
Yeah.
There's something really shiny that you cannot reach. Do you want to try and get it? Yes.
Congratulations.
Belle got a piece of meteor. Alright, well, time to go back to the doctor, I guess.
Hooray!
It's about teleport, no boss fight here.
Boo-baloo-baloo-baloo. Oh yeah, and hey Todd, how you doing?
Hey, I'm still here.
Go fuck you.
Congratulations, you've crashed into a meteorite.
I always have this happen when I'm flying. Alright, magic. Scootaroo. Use Fry to Sathorn Village.
No, Fry deals fire damage to all enemies.
Blue, 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 blue. Yeah, no, but Batman. Batman is a great example of, like, hey, is a character who has to use strategy in order to, work around his limitations. Except when he is written as having no limitations because he's so damn smart, he just works around every single possible problem ever. And then he stops being an interesting character. The Doctor, yes, is another character who can really easily become a Mary Sue at times.
He practically is sometimes.
Yeah, again, sometimes he's really well written and interesting, and sometimes he's just completely, do no wrong, perfect man.
Well, which does bring me to a thing I've
If
seen
only I had
several
a piece
times.
of a meteorite, I might be able to extract the zero subliminal. Oh, we're have to use
That Mary Sue's are not a character issue; they're a writing issue.
Yeah. Ah, yes, this is fantastic. What? I've never actually seen an incredibly rare element before. It's very intriguing. All right, leave everything to us and get some rest. This is going to be most fascinating. Go on.
What is it? If a bad writer who wrote a Mary Sue, goes through this to try to remove the Sue-ish traits, they'll just end up creating a different type of Mary Sue.
Yeah, there's
if
a reason.
Bad writer takes a well-designed character like Superman or Batman, they will turn him into a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Whereas if you take like one of those bad characters, a good enough writer could do them well.
Yeah, it's very possible to make almost any character, even a really badly designed one, and turn them into a really interesting character. Like, there's a lot of people who hate the Punisher and think he's just like a stupid dude bro fantasy character. But there are people who have written the Punisher really, really well. Because there's no such thing as a character concept that's completely unworkable, just ones that are done very badly. And complete! The Phase Detractor version 2, ready to go. Miss Pie was also able to give an extra functions. It has an ice cream dispenser in case you get hungry. It can also make your body fixed in time and space, so if something horrible happens, you'll go back to when you used this function. kind of like a save. There's one thing. I don't know if you'll be able to get back. It's designed for one trip. Are you going to go through the trip anyway? Yeah, sure not. Don't be afraid. Get in. But yeah, it's like, actually, okay, I'll probably get like all sorts of rage about this, so I'll hold off until I have a second to talk about it when plot things aren't happening. Okay, well actually, apparently there's no one to talk to here, and this is in a cutscene.
It'll happen in just a moment.
Okay.
So don't get in the middle of anything.
Alright. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Instead,
Hey, you scoot!
and Rainbow Dash!
Awesome, you're really showing that Nightmare who's boss, but I think we could still be a little bit cooler, so I'm gonna do this. Scootaloo became conscious of Rainbow Omega. Alright, is that all the talking that it has to be? No, okay, there's a Saturn.
No.
Kidnapped, I was doing, kidnapper, bid one, gone zoom. Where's space,
Oh.
ding dong.
And if you check that rubble,
Nikki checks a broken piece of distrite. Phase distrite. There is a horn of life. Bill got the horn of life.
it's
There's
me.
no problem here.
Walk to the end and then turn around.
Oh. Whoop, 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 whoop. The final
Something
phase
that
order is
confuses me
complete.
every time I play through the game. I get up there, I'm like, wait, wasn't something supposed to happen here?
Yeah.
And then head back, and that happens.
Yeah, we could finish it quickly because Mrs. Saturn's help. So it turns out the Nightmare Moon is on the moon. I guess it must feel like home to her. Alright, I guess we're going to the moon then. Fuck out the way. They all say, I thought it was a one-trip deal. Alright. I guess it's a two-trip deal then.
Go. Oh no, they built another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go talk. Do the talky thing.
Oh, wait, there's another Mr. Saturn here. We get to doing. Okay, well, that was helpful.
But
No
that's
problem here.
Boing with a B.
Boing, alright. Don't worry, Dinky. Even though you'll be really super far away, we'll all be here in your hearts. Besides, I know you can't lose, otherwise you wouldn't make it to your thanks for saving the world party.
Seems like good motivation.
Yeah.
You should be able to get past.
Boing, alright. Doing, doing, doing. Boing, boing, boing. I can't get past Pinky.
That is...
No problem.
try moving away. I think she can walk around if you...
She does not appear to be moving. No, she's not able to
That
walk
is,
away.
That is odd. I've played through this area several times.
Well, I guess this is
never
where
had
our
this
story
issue.
ends. Thanks for playing with us, everybody.
Hopefully.
The end.
Unfortunately, I think that actually might be the case.
Oh, hold on. I can... worst case scenario. I
Same.
can literally like give you a walk through walls code, have you walk past her, and then turn it off.
Alright.
But I have never seen her block the path like that before.
Well,
Yeah, try walk. Yeah, walk away, return.
oh, there's a butterfly now.
Let's see if you can get past her.
Nope. She is still an impenetrable wall. Aha! There we go. Okay.
There we go.
I
She's
just like
still an
kind of,
impenetrable wall I just walked past.
I basically had to clip through the edge of this clip a little bit. That was weird, but all right, whatever. Hey, it's done. Let me know when you've spoken to every pony and ready to. Yeah, I am. Shut up, Doctor. I want to leave. You're slowing down my playthrough. In order to defeat Nightmare Moon, you'll need to take a fight to her. Right now, that's the moon. You do a Phase 3 distorter, transport you to the moon and the protective field of gravity and air, so you can survive and move around. As soon as the field runs out, you'll be brought back. You'll bring you back. There's not enough fuel for a second trip, so you only get one shot. Are you ready to take? Yeah. Shut up. Let's go. Can be a bit horrible, so I need to fasten you in. Really fasten you in. One moment.
This is the part where I am planning on doing some rewriting to improve that part just a little. And honestly, if I really could, this would require a ton of hacking, actually make it so that you could, so it'd have a time limit. And if you run out of time, you could either choose to be teleported back and get a bad ending where you fail to save the world, or keep going without that. And if you beat the game but you've run out of time, you're stuck on the moon. So you get you saved the world but didn't survive the process. Or if you beat the game without the time limit running out, then you get the proper ending.
Righto, I think you broke the game.
What? How? I like to point out, several people have gone through this scene without it failing. So I think you broke it somehow.
How the hell did I break it? I just talked to the fucking
I don't
doctor.
know.
Screw you.
You're the only person I've seen have that issue.
Oh my god, okay. Well, thank god for save states, so let's try again. Oh my god.
Ironically, you had a regular save closer than your save state.
No, I was eating food, I wasn't saving.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Can I just skip past? Yes, let me... yeah, sure, I haven't spoken to every pony, but... oh, fuck you, doctor.
I think you have to at least speak to Pinky.
Okay. There, I talked to the stupid pink bastard. Can you let me leave now? Oh, screw you. Alright, okay. It's like... I was like, no, you're gonna make me talk to Mr. Saturn? Fuck you, doctor. Fuck you. Alright, yeah, let's go. Again, round 2.
This time, without failing.
Yeah, let's see if this works. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Sorry, it was a bit tight, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Now, alright, now, push the, all you have to do is push the red launch button. I'm tempted to hit the blue button just to be a dick, but no. I'm not going to drag this out any longer. Alright, and head knows things will know of your amazing courage, but important thing is that one will have to remember is your friends are all counting on you and waiting for you to get back. Go blah blah blue blue blue.
That word is Geronimo, not Gerblah Blue Blue.
Whatever. Geronimo! It's kind of racist. Do do do. Okay, I've entered the world of Game Boy Color. Or pre-Game Boy Color.
Here, yeah, that's gonna be a while. Here you can talk about things because it's gonna be a while before the next story stuff.
Ah, fuck. Alright. So anyway, what
But
was
not
we
before hard fights. Got plenty of those.
God fucking damn it. Alright, well, so as I was saying, bro, just use everything. I don't care. We have food dispensers all around. Anyway.
And apparently Sean is hating Marvel Zombies. Oh, because of Spider-Man. At first I read that as Superman. I'm like, why would that make you hate Marvel Zombies?
I don't know. Superman can make you hate many things. Well,
Superman made me hate the Dutch.
To be fair, he would make you hate the Dutch. Alright, level up, up. Anyway, so as I was saying...
Sean is talking about how Peter Parker is written as a horrible character on many occasions. I'd like to point out that the stuff with Penelope Parker is being written by Katie Cook of the My Little Pony comics.
Oh wait, seriously? Nice.
Yeah. She is currently doing... or not writing, but drawing, I think. Or actually, I think she might be.
She's a writer primarily, so I kind of suspect she's probably writing.
Yeah. But, well, and it's the art style definitely looks like her art, though.
Okay, so it's like really kind of...
So she could be both.
Color book, cartoony.
So, yeah, she's doing Spider-Man stuff right now for the Spider-Verse. Apparently, alternate universe.
Yeah, I'm
cool
with that.
Peter Parker's a girl.
I'm totally
Penelope
cool.
Parker.
I'm totally cool with that.
Yep. I'm with that too.
Goody.
Yeah. So, yeah. He said Peter Parker's been written as a terrible character on many occasions, like One More Day or the Clone Saga.
Gosh.
But he's also, my point is, he's also been written as a good character. It's one of those things where, again, the skill of the writer is more important determination of how
I
good interesting the character
Peter
is.
Parker is more often written well than written badly, but there are some like legendarily awful examples of Peter Parker as a character, like people writing Peter Parker, and I think that is partly
And
because
occasionally, even. And the interesting thing I've seen with Spider-Man stuff is when it's bad, it's not necessarily the writer being bad, it's the writer having to do something that's been mandated where there's just not a good way to do.
I think that the problem is often not so much the character.
Or the Clone Saga.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think a lot of times it's less that the writer will even necessarily be all that bad, or like even as like it's the fault of the character that they are having these hideously awful stories, attributed to them. I think it's more the fact that like certain characters, because they become so freaking popular, end up just having the unfortunate thing where like the publishers are essentially like, look, this character is ludicrously popular, we want you to write more stories with them, and like we want you to write this. Like a really good example is they wrote the Clone Saga because Spider-Man was selling like freaking gangbusters. And the clone story that came before that, the one that set up the Clone Saga, was one of the best-selling comics in the entirety of Marvel's run up to that point.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, this is so popular, we want to do a sequel, we want to do the follow-up. And the problem was they were like, okay, we want this and we want this, and eventually like it just got so out of hand that no one could actually stop it. No one could like figure out a way to end the Clone Saga.
Well, no, they had several ideas on how to end it. They weren't allowed to.
Yeah, and that was the thing.
They kept wanting to end it, but like because of how much trouble Marvel was having, I believe it was like the marketing team got final decision on everything, and the Clone Saga was still selling well, so they wouldn't let them end the Clone Saga, so it ran for like 2 years.
Exactly, and then like the thing with One More Day was that One More Day was written
executive mandate.
It was an executive mandate, but it was also written after Civil War. And the thing with Civil War was people, like Civil War was written by a couple of different people, and Spidey got kind of the short end of the stick on that whole thing. Like even if Cap is the one who died, like there was essentially
I'd say the developments to Spider-Man were really interesting. Aunt May dying and him unmasking himself.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
interesting, and a lot you could do with that. It was just some people high up didn't like the changes, some of which weren't even like part of that, but changes been around for a while.
Yeah, well, like the marriage.
How it was when his marriage. They wanted to move back to how it was that they remember when they were young.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I think there was a mistake. There was a mistake to make I agree with the people who say that it was a mistake to have Spider-Man on mask. Because, like, the thing is, a big part of his character is that he's a street-level character. He's never been as interesting when he's part of the Avengers or part of the big thing. And the whole unmasking thing was kind of moving him in a direction that he's never really been all that interesting in. But killing Aunt May, that was good. That was an interesting thing.
Yeah.
But then they were like, okay, one of these parts is legitimately bad and people really don't like, and one of these things is something that we don't like, so let's just retcon the whole thing with a really dumb...
Yeah. Here's a fun thing. Since we were talking about the Clone Saga, one of their original ideas on how to end the Clone Saga was to actually have Spider-Man make a deal with Mephisto to undo the whole thing, but it was rejected both as being too stupid and as being out of character for Spider-Man.
To make a deal with Mephisto, and then One More Day is...
Because, it's... yeah. Actually, One More Day actually does it worse because great power comes great responsibility, and, with the Clone Saga, it would have partially been him cleaning up his own mess and sort of taking responsibility for it. With this one, it is him making the deal with it to avoid responsibility for his actions.
Yeah, it's the biggest, dumbest bullshit. Oh god, but that's the thing. That's the part of the thing with superhero comics is that you have a whole bunch of different writers, a whole bunch of different publishers, like different people going through the publishing house. Some of them with contradicting ideas of what they want to see happen, and then you end up having like the more popular characters get really just shafted by all these weird and stupid decisions. As people come into the big chair and essentially go like, I want to see this happen, or I want to see that happen. And the writers are like, well, okay, I guess I gotta do it. It's my job to make these idiots happy. It's a terrible idea, but...
I've had kind of interesting thing happen with the Civil War there is you know how they had the whole thing, what side are you on? Well, a lot of the writers were on different sides and were writing from that perspective when the mandate came down of what side was going to win. So you had writers who were writing clearly, you know, which in a way that clearly made, you know, Captain America and his side look like good guys and Tony Stark and his side being the villains.
Yeah.
Personally, I actually liked Civil War, but I would like to point out that it was like one of the first modern comics I'd read. A lot of the characters I really know, so things like Tony Stark being out of character, I didn't notice because that was all I knew of him.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't read any. I had read one issue of Iron Man, which was the first issue, and hadn't even seen the movie yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. That Civil War was such a great idea, handled so fucking poorly.
Oh, it's actually comic book I have that I really like.
No.
What If Civil War, which is a bunch of different what if stories on how the Civil War could have been done differently. Including one where Captain America convinces Tony Stark to change sides, so all the superheroes are on one side and the other side is S.H.I.E.L.D. And Duncan is the guy leading that, because I think at the time Nick Fury was
Nick
dead
Fury was
or
not.
believed.
I think like Mary. Who was it? It was. There's a particular character who was in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the time, and like Mary Hill.
Duncan. He was a member of the Screaming Commandos originally.
No, I don't think Dum Dugan was in charge at that point. I think it was Mary Hill, or it was the lady.
I actually can pull up the what if and check.
Oh, if it was in the what if, it might have been someone different, but I think like.
Well, the what if is sort of they start at the beginning with the world as it was, and then write the story differently.
No, I know, but like the thing was, I remember it was like the lady, because I remember that a lot of people were essentially going like, she's a terrible character because she was in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. during the Civil War, and she was written really badly, and it turned a lot of people against her character. And there was like a whole thing about like, look, she's not actually a bad character. It was just that she was written really badly in Civil War because Civil War was, kind of poorly worked out.
Okay, it says has a story called The Stranger, and then two what if stories. What if Captain America led all the heroes against registration, and what if Iron Man lost the Civil War? And Sean commenting on how Wolverine is on every team. Yeah,
Wolverine's on every team because he's like stupidly popular, and so they keep on just putting him into more books and more books and more books and more books.
Oh, interesting with the what if Civil War story. Spider-Man with Captain America leading both sides. I think this was Spider-Man dies, and they unmask him, and their response is, just some guy, nobody important.
Which technically is true.
Dugan.
Dugan.
Okay, it looks like originally it was Dugan, but he resigned.
Yeah.
At some point, looks like after, like probably in response to them saying that they wanted to kill him and actually killing Spider-Man. So Guy Ritchie was put in charge. Who's this redheaded dude I don't recognize.
Fair enough. Yeah, all I know is that like that Civil War, or like the aftermath of Civil War, led to Mary Hill becoming like the most unpopular character in S.H.I.E.L.D. because she got put in charge and became just
Maria Hill.
Maria Hill. There you go. Maria Hill.
Although, if I recall, what they did after that to try is, I think that with her, I think they didn't retcon anything, but instead gave further development and character change, which is better.
Yeah.
And revealed that Nick Fury was still alive.
Well, of course, because Nick Fury is never going to fucking die.
And I think that she was actually knew it.
Yeah. I think there's like a whole thing at one point where it turned out Nick Fury has like an entire warehouse full of Nick Fury bots. And like so that he could continually fake his death.
So he's the S.H.I.E.L.D. equivalent of Dr. Doom?
Yes, except that like for some reason then Punisher goes ahead and like and blows up all the Nick Fury bots. I don't even remember why he does it. It's just like Punisher at some point goes into like the giant warehouse full of Nick Fury bots and kills them all, so that Nick Fury can't stop picking his own. Will stop picking his own dead.
I do. Well, hold on. There's a character that would make more sense to have in that position than the Punisher, Deadpool.
Yes.
Deadpool has already discovered a cloning factory. There's like a warehouse full of clones of Gwen Stacy.
Oh god.
Well, he then brought all of them to his apartment as maids. Oh
god. Well, the thing was...
He also found clone of Uncle Ben and Aunt May, who he freaked out. He freaked out shouting old people sex, because that's what he's heard them doing, and shot them both.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Okay, well, to be fair, while it would be more funny and appropriate that way, I know for a fact that like this was like a thing, because apparently at one point Punisher murders Nick Fury after killing his entire warehouse full of Nick Fury bots so that he can't pick his own death.
Sean referred to Civil War as Silver War.
Silver War?
But it's pointing out that it came out right before Secret Invasion.
Okay, because I know that Dum Dum Dugan
Secret Invasion,
yes. In Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion did some stuff to try to retcon at least some character involvement in Civil War by having them be Skrulls.
Yeah, it's like the whole point of Secret Invasion was that everyone was like half the Marvel universe was fucking Skrulls. And like Captain America comes back, he's like, "Yep, hi, I'm alive again."
Yeah. The Civil War being immediately followed by Secret Invasion can get confusing word-wise, since there was also Secret War.
Oh yeah.
Where Alien took a bunch of people from the Marvel universe. It's like, okay, I'm dividing you into heroes and villains. Now fight, so I can learn about good and evil. And he put Magneto on the heroes team because because his motivation, he fights for others as opposed to for himself.
Right.
He does no good and evil, so he had to use something else as the basis.
This is for what is good and what is evil, yeah.
So he goes, well, you fight funny. For other people, these fight for themselves, so he put Magneto on the good guys.
Fantastic.
Well, if you look, I believe the original design was sort of between him and Xavier was Xavier's Martin Luther King and Magneto's Malcolm X.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, Magneto's always kind of meant to be represented as being something of a good guy, like just in a really
well-intentioned extremist.
Yeah. A well-intentioned extremist who also just happens to be, like... Well, okay, and again, with basically every comic character ever, he's a character who fluctuates violently between, totally justifiable, well-intentioned extremist to psychotic terrorist. Just depending on the writer.
Both on the writer and sometimes on the time. Silver Age villains always just start out being
pure evil,
cackling evil, because that was the only kind they were allowed to write.
Yeah.
So you don't get the more complex. I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to move the coin.
Fuck. God damn! Like this fight is entirely dependent on whether or not the stupid person can cast. Okay, well now I got the easy one. Can cast Rain Boom before I hit them. Because if they do, then
speed's important.
Yeah, except I can't kill her with one shot with Scootaloo.
Scootaloo have anything she can do to disable her?
I don't believe so.
Scootaloo has some support magic.
Magic, assist, shield, nope.
Brain shock.
Okay, I can try brain shock.
Which
that's like a super that's a super roll of the dice move.
I'll check. I think she might have pretty low resistance to brain shock.
Also, she's Scoots is out of magic.
Oh, that'd be a problem.
Anyway.
Although, fun thing to do with the reactor robots, Mirror works on them 50% of the time, and then Scoots will spend 75% of her turns full healing characters for no MP.
Interesting. Present, there's a...
Future mail!
God, I wonder who's going to fucking use this one.
Yeah. Second best weapon for Dinky.
Okay, so which one of the magic tart does that just heal MP
Restores MP.
Okay, so I'll use this.
Which yeah, so you may want to use that on Scoot since she needs MP.
Yep. Okay. And
Would
then...
not use it on Apple Bloom even though she has no MP right now.
Yes. I don't know. She's pretty low on MP. Give this over to Dinky. Dinky equipment. Express mail replaced with future mail.
And look at that offense increase.
That's pretty good. Shame I'm just spamming metal right now, or else that'd be even better.
And the amazing part is she still has a better weapon.
And
you'll notice
the super weapon.
Yeah, her super. You notice that is 4 points away from maxing out her defense. So a couple level ups and she'd be maxed out, and yet there still manages to be a better weapon. The big difference is her improved weapon is a melee weapon, so she can get smash hits, and raises her guts, so she gets a lot of them. Something like half to a third of her attacks.
Alright, just hit her with everything you've got. Just fuck you, fuck you, you crystal bitch. Alright, then everyone punch the stupid Cthulhuoid monster. Wild
I think we...
slumber.
Fuck you, crystal bitch would almost sound like a good episode title. Except for the fact that you probably don't want that as your episode title.
Yes. That's probably probably not a great one. I could just like censor it, just like bleep you bleeping bleep. No, okay, probably not.
Sean wants to know what DC weapon you would use to fight off Lego DC and Marvel Zombie Horde. I would suggest a flamethrower, because Lego minifigs will melt under the fire, and the zombies will catch fire, then all you have to do is avoid them until they burn all the way through.
Alright, sing, fly me to the moon, so I can play amongst the stars. And sad, same slave. Then to sing, sad tune. Did not work, did not work. Work, stop crying. A bloom. Now stop crying.
Oh.
God damn you, Sweetie Belle.
The only thing that really accomplished was making Scootaloo cry.
And
Sweetie Belle won't. Is she going to be attacking physically?
No, good point. Okay.
So it's not really accomplishing much.
God damn you, Sweetie Belle. Your magic has failed.
And don't physically hit that reactor robot. She put a reflective shield on it.
Alright, I'm not going to. I'm going to try and mirror it again. So you're gonna turn to the reactor robot. Fuck you. It's 2 times in a row that failed. Work, did not work. Alright, and all this thing can... And this thing can't actually attack, right? It just,
It can. A quarter of the time it fires a beam that does meh for damage.
Alright, in my case, everyone heal. I'm gonna keep on trying to mirror it, and... Yikes!
Yikes! Scootaloo is a robot!
I knew it! Scootaloo's a robot the whole time!
Thing I'd suggest, like, if you have the neutralizer or the shield killer, use it on the robot so you can just have everyone attack. If everyone attacks, it should kill it in 1 turn.
I don't want to kill it in 1 turn. I want to take the opportunity
once you finally healed up. Because you kind of have to do it in 1 turn, or it has a strong chance it'll heal itself. And if everyone can kill it with a physical attack, no point wasting MP on it. But right now it has a physical shield. So if you can, I'd get rid of the shield.
Fair enough. Stop singing a sad tune, Sweetie Belle, for Christ's sake.
Just a bit of a risk with what you're doing. One of her songs will revive all dead characters, including dead enemies, and bring back that Somber's Chosen.
Okay, well, I'll do it one more time.
Which can use Rain Boom.
Oh, you got Let's field display. Next stats, next field display. Balloons back to... Okay, well, everybody prepare to murder.
Well, did you get rid of its shield?
Nope, don't care. Gotta just keep bashing it.
It's going to hurt you and probably not kill it.
Put the attack. Don't care. America. There we go. That actually worked out really well. Didn't use it. Oh no, it did have a shield. But its shield just.
There
now
we go. He's got rid of its shield.
And I also lost control of my. There we go. Okay, lost control of the mouse.
Control of your.
Mouse real quick. Okay, sing, bash. Peaceful song. Covered MP. There we go. No, it's HP.
HP.
Oh, whatever. Good enough. Nice out. Hit it. Bop it. Keep bopping it. Keep singing it. I want some MP back, damn it.
Hold it.
Sing peaceful song. God damn it, stop singing peaceful songs. Sing whatever song restores MP. Remember if you can sing peaceful. Streetbelt! Stop singing that goddamn song!
They're not all evenly based. The HP restoring ones, the peaceful song is the most common, and I think the resurrection one's the least common.
Alright. Alright, whatever.
Oh, there we go. You killed it.
Yes, and everyone levels up. Safe game. Go into the orb. The orb. How close are we to the end of the game at this point?
At the end of this path, the dungeon will change, and I'd say that's a good spot to save and leave the rest for the next video.
Okay, is there enough from there on out to justify one more video?
It'll just be the final boss fight, but the final boss fight seems like a good thing to be its own video.
I disagree.
Well, and
if the boss fight takes
the dialogue before, and it's one of those things where after you beat it, you can walk around the world, talk to people you've met before, see what's changed in the world. There's a few significant ones you'll want to check out.
Yeah, the thing is, that doesn't sound like it's gonna take up an entire episode's worth of stuff. That sounds like it's gonna take, 10-20 minutes at most. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna finish the game.
Okay, that can also work.
Sing a lullaby. Thing, sleep, 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 sleep. Fuck you. Fuck you, sweetie belle. Fuck you all the time. Keep punching it. Till everyone else wakes up from Sweetie Belle's idiotic fucking song. There you go. Good girl.
Huzzah!
Can I find the changeling while you're doing that?
What?
Sean wants to know if you can find the changelings while you're wandering around the world.
Not after you beat the game. There's actually special code to prevent you from doing that, because if you die after the end of the game crashes. There's actually in the original game, there's actually a way to do that. You know, when you were reading the hieroglyph, and there's the two mummies in there, it's possible to get through there without fighting both of them, and then return after the end of the game, die, and crash the game.
Wonderful.
I think I modded it to fix that, so that when you, if you leave that room after reading the hieroglyph, it marks them as dead.
Oh, fantastic. Sing, bash, 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 bash! Is there any way to recover your MP and XP once you, before you reach the boss room?
Items?
Really? Fucking really?
Wait, there's not a way to recover your XP.
I mean,
there's also not a way to lose it.
MP and HP.
No.
Fuck you.
Well, I'd say use your MP restoring items before you go in. The boss fight's going to be in multiple phases, but your MP is really only going to matter for the first one.
Why? I use MP for everything.
You'll see.
Okay, magic. Oh wait, is it the singing bit that has been like...
Also, the regular Nightmare Moon looking Nightmare, don't attack her.
Okay.
She reflects everything fully.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
And takes no damage.
So how are you supposed to fight something like that?
You'll see.
God. Well, I've still got a bunch of random items, so I guess
yeah, it's
probably gonna be pretty straightforward. Brain food lunch.
But it also means basically like during that first fight, you don't want to use spells that hit everyone.
Right.
You don't want to use your bags of Dragonite there. You want to save them for the second part.
Okay, so part 1, hit it with all the spells. Part 2, use all the items.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And then after that, sing but don't die.
Okay, fair enough. Magic pudding. Use it on the Sweetie Belle. Wait, hold on. Do I want to use the magic pudding right now, or do I want to use some other MP restraint item?
See how much she's down.
She's down to 40.
She's-
She's
Well, how much does she know? Yeah, it's probably...
Everyone's
Unless
maxed
you
out
have a
now.
magic... Yeah, unless you have a magic truffle, which I think she might have enough to get full use of, I'd use the magic pudding.
Okay, magic pudding it is. I mean, I still have like a shitload of horns of life, so I mean, basically, as long as not everyone's killed in one turn.
Important thing. Give your horns of life and cup of life noodles to everyone but Sweetie Belle.
Okay.
Because if anyone that's not Sweetie Belle dies, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, well, she only has 1 left, so I'll just give
Okay.
that to Skidloo. Alright, and then I need to
Scootaloo's
give...
a great one to have them on because she goes first. Oh,
Alright.
good person to give healing items to.
Horn of Life, Broken Maraca, Studio, blah, 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 blah. Magic pudding, here we go. One last
Did I
magic
just see
pudding.
Scootaloo having a Roman candle?
Let me see.
Oh no, I misread. So,
Okay, save. One last time now that I've done all that, and time to go and beat this goddamn game. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm going to run along the
you're
brain.
making me cry.
Screw
Actually,
this is like part
this section's been more compared to a vagina and uterus.
right, because like the whole bird thing. Well,
Yeah,
I still say
especially-
brain.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, okay, that's
look
fucking.
At this.
That's fucking uterus.
I
Yeah, that's a
think we're
fucking.
gonna have to sit through
Yeah,
this.
it looks.
Yeah, that's a vagina. You know, it's.
And then you see Dinky's head coming out of it.
Yep. Well,
Well,
thank God for that.
well, I wasn't planning on sleeping tonight.
Hi there. Oh, hey. Sister!
I know you.
Well, if it
That's
isn't
not
the
your
Equestria's
sister.
favorite blank flank, do you really think you have any chance here? You're a bunch of little lost foes trying to fight what they can't understand. You think because you got a shiny rock that you stand a chance? The nightmare's way too strong for any of you to fight against. Not with me on her side. Now she's going to finally get out of finally get you out of her mane for good.